Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. So Stanford's will be in a hole thanks to that short return. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Lets it fly. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Stanford going back to work with another first down. He wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Singh. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these were two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He was thinking big return. Didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
The number one objective for a defense is always to make them one-dimensional, to try to put them in predictable situations. Out the gate, this kind of rain, you think they won't throw the ball very much. Well, they might not now. First possession, INT, defense definitely starting off with a bang.
Offense getting set for 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Coates. Gets it out fast. At the 40, there he goes. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. At the 45, on his way. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Smith. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Trying play action. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback checking the play. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. The sure hands, it's Schwartz. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. Still running at the 40. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. This Stanford offense is humming, set up with another first down. He'll keep it himself. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
This option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
You know, you got to be careful when you're running the draw play because you're hoping those defensive ends get way up the field, thinking it's pass. It didn't happen that time, and the defense was able to get a negative play.
Caught over the middle. It's Schwartz. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the boot, looking for his man. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Looking for a man. It's Coates. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground.
And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Third in Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
Now they'll try the right side. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looks as if Stanford will have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. He inches away to buy time. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. Off play action. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cardinal. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Coates. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. What in the world was he doing? Where was he going? And they get him for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum. Back-to-back TDs.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Working that left side now. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past